guys, it's us again. I'm Deanne.
And I'm Muffet, and welcome to SOPHI Radio!
Sorry about that. That was our failed attempt to become singers.
Yeah, but that wasn't really a failed attempt, isn't it?
Yes, I would rate it at 8.5.
Oh, pretty high! Okay.
Shamelessly.
Yeah, love yourself.
Enough about that. I've noticed that it's been kind of gloomy and cold this past few days. But we hope that by listening to the podcast, you would feel the warmth and you would have light in you.
Yeah, okay, there you go. Yeah, and we have an interesting topic for today. We're gonna debunk some call center myths today. We have lovely guests here. And yeah, we're excited because this is a very specific topic for our industry.
Yes, we have two lovely guests, Georgina and Larabelle. Welcome to the show, guys!
Welcome to the show!
Thank you.
Yeah, these lovely guests of ours are gonna talk about some of the call center myths, and we have an interesting contrast here. Georgina here is already in the call center industry for a lot of years already. You're just a call center goddess.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's a call center goddess.
Yeah, and we have here Lara, who is a freshie. SOPHI is her very first call center.
So how fresh is Lara?
Fresh like a lemonade. Okay, enough about that. Yeah. Go Lara and Georgina, tell us about yourselves, like a little bit about yourself.
Let's go with Larabelle first.
Yeah.
Hi there again, guys. This is Larabelle Caliora, and I'm from. And I'm already here for 3 months already. And as I have know about here, it's that 43 months that I've been staying here. It's so very. I'm so very happy because I came to know many people in this industry, and before I really don't know how call center works, but then as I have already encountered in the customer service, I tend to learn how to communicate well with people and how to empathize them, because here in our industry it's all about customer service, and thus you really have to exert more effort to give them all the service that they want.
Yeah. And I thank you.
And that was contestant number 5 from Barangay Kalindagan. And we have Georgina.
Yes, hi everyone. It's Georgina again, and I'm a Tier 2 travel reservations agent here in SOPHI. And I've been with SOPHI for 8 years and
We see counting there.
7 months. But I've been in the industry for like almost 11 years now.
Really, she's
Wow,
truly
11 years.
a call center goddess.
Yes, she is. Yeah. Okay, so this is really an interesting topic, right? We have two different views here, from a goddess and a freshie. So
Let's
let's
start.
start. Okay.
So the first fact that we have to debunk is call center agents don't get enough sleep. Is that true? Or what's your opinion about that?
Okay, being in a call center agent for like how many years already, I think it is kind of a fact, most likely because our work, or some of the agents will be required to work at night. So that's really one of the challenges when you're in a call center industry, because most of the clients that we're catering are from the US, or not really from the Philippines or our area of time zone here in Asia. So yes, I think that's true. And it also applies to me. Even if I'm working in the morning, I still can't get enough sleep. So yeah.
I think that's because most of us tend to be awake during the day. So if you work at night and in the morning you're supposed to be sleeping, because of the light,
Yeah.
you have no choice but to tend to be awake in the morning.
Yeah.
So Larabelle, are you a night shifter?
No, I'm morning.
Oh, yeah, that's why
morning
you're
shift.
here.
Yeah, that's why she's here, yeah.
Oh yeah. So I think George has experience being in the night shift. So how did you manage your time when you were in the night shift?
Well, yes, that's really important when you're actually working in a graveyard shift. What I did before was my shift starts at 9 p.m. and then I logged out at 6 a.m. in the morning. What I usually do in a daily basis around that time is that when I log out from work at 6 a.m., normally I can go to sleep at around 9 a.m. And then I'll be able to like wake up around afternoon when it's really hot. So if you don't have an air-conditioned room, that's really gonna be a challenge sleeping in the morning. And then I usually do my stuff like dancing around 6 p.m. up until I'm gonna go to work at 9 p.m. So yeah, time management is really important if you're gonna be in the night shift. So you really need to like set your body clock of when are you gonna sleep and when are you gonna wake up. But it's gonna be a challenge, yes.
From what you said, I think you already had like around 5 hours of sleep.
Yes.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I think that's already enough because you have to also set aside time for your hobbies, your
Yes.
interests, yeah? There are really things you have to sacrifice.
Exactly. And me personally, I really have like, it's not really like an abnormal sleeping pattern, but my sleeping hours would be like minimum of 4 hours and maximum of 6. I can't really like go beyond 8 hours of sleeping.
Oh, really?
I don't know how people do that.
Oh, really? I'm shocked that you can still function with just like 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah, they've been actually questioning me that because they've been asking how are you able to do it, like having 4 hours of sleep and then still wide awake while working. I really don't know. It's probably my body that 6 hours. I will be so lucky if I'll reach 6 hours of sleep.
But do you drink coffee though?
No, I'm not a coffee person as well. Even in the night shift, I'm not really a coffee person. It gives me hyperacidity, so that's the reason why I can't really take it.
But yeah, it's amazing that you can still function with just 4 hours of sleep. I mean, I don't know a lot of people who can do that, but yeah, probably college students. They're a whole different breed. But yeah, how about you, Lara? What if ever you get into the night shift? How do you think you will manage your time?
Yeah, before I was transferred here in the morning shift, I was in the mid shift. Yeah, for that it was really hard for me as well because when I came home, I usually sleep like at 2 a.m. Yeah, because I can't really go to sleep right away. And yeah, before that mid shift, I was also trained in the night. So yeah, it was really hard to wide awake, listening all the modules, like the slides that they have to present to us in order for us to gain the knowledge that they want to give them. So for that, ma'am, it's really hard. But then as you tend to manage your time, you can really easily cope it up. But then you really have to balance your schedule or everything so that you can achieve their goals and for that day and also for the entire week.
Yeah, exactly. Like, tell me what your schedule is and I'll tell you who you are.
Exactly.
In the long run, it's all about getting used to things.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have to set proper systems, and these people, these two lovely agents here, have set up a lot of amazing systems in their lives. Yeah. So yeah, it is a fact.
It is certainly a fact.
I would say it is.
Okay, on to myth or fact number 2. Call center agents are promiscuous.
Are we even allowed to discuss this?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Okay, go George.
Oh my god!
Because Laura's still a freshie.
Yeah.
Okay, so is this true, George?
Okay, call center agents are promiscuous, fact or a myth? I would say it depends. But it's really actually rampant in the industry. But Because, how will I say it? You know, I mean, being in the call center industry is really exciting. You get to meet a lot of people. And I think that actually triggers the behavior of being not really promiscuous, but kind of exciting to meet other people, get to know their stories, whether you're gonna relate to them or not. And then it somehow is gonna lead to sexual.
There you go. Okay.
So yeah, I think it depends. I would say 70% fact. Yeah.
Yeah, because everybody's like in one place and you
Yeah.
get to meet a lot of different people.
Do you think this is stress related? Being inclined to behaving that way?
Scientifically explaining the situation, maybe. Maybe I think it is, especially if probably like you're working in the night shift and your brain or your mind or your body is not really like doing or being in the normal state. So maybe it affects your
Thinking. This is psychological.
Yeah, I think so. But I won't say that it's really the stress factors that cause it. I think it's just because like you get to meet other people and then you actually gonna be with that person for like in a daily basis and you know how feelings work.
So you grow fondness.
Yes, exactly. So it's up to the person. It's always your decision to cheat or not. So it's always a choice. So yeah, I don't think that's gonna be a stress factor.
Yeah.
Okay, so how about Laravel?
Yeah, how are you taking this information?
How are you
in?
taking this information?
Were you able to experience one?
Do you know this already, or is this fresh to you?
It's fresh, but I know that.
Oh, okay.
What stories did you hear? Okay.
Yeah, in your 3 months here in Sophia.
So she has nothing.
It's fine because she's still fresh.
She's still fresh, yeah. Let's move on to the next myth or fact. So,
Okay, go.
call center agents have hefty salaries. Is this true, or is it not true?
You want to answer first or me? Okay. Okay. I would say yes. It is. Like if you're gonna actually compare other jobs, other like what do you call this?
Industry.
Yeah, other industry. Like we are really have the hefty salaries that we're getting. But again, I would say it still depends on how you actually manage your money. That you can actually say that, hey, I have a hefty salary. So it depends on the person. Yeah.
Budgeting.
Yeah.
So how about Laravel?
Yeah, I agree with Miss Georgina. Yeah, because before I work in this industry, I work at the hotel, and and it's just different salary because in the hotel that I am working, it's just a minimum. But then here, it's just like double to the amount, and my family is really happy that I am here, that I tend to support them more than before, and yeah. I just feel emotional because
It's fine. It's the full moon.
It's the full moon.
yeah, because it's my first time that I have like I can gain like the I like more than what I have received like before. Yeah, and my mother is so really happy. Like every time that I got my salary, I tend to give her and to my family as well, and I can give also to my relatives.
Oh, you're so generous.
Yeah, so it's a fact.
Yes, it's a fact.
I think mainly because I don't know about other centers, but I think SOPHI is quite competitive in our compensation.
Yes, exactly.
And that's the tea.
I mean, there's always this perception with Sophians, like the moment that they will actually know that you're actually working in SOPHI, they'll be like, "Oh, you have big salaries in SOPHI."
Okay, we have the reputation. already.
And I would say that yes, we have, because we are like one of the few centers who are actually, or we have 30% night differential, so that's really big. Because when I was working in the night shift, it would really like, what do you call it? There's like an additional almost. Can I say the?
Like double.
Yeah, like it would really double because of the night diff.
The minimum requirement for night diff is only 10%.
Yes, and we're at 30.
We're at 30 if you're regular.
Yeah, I think I've heard there's only like 2 centers in Dumaguete who offers that.
Whoa.
Okay, wow. There you go, Sophie.
So apply now.
Contact us.
Contact me, refers.
Okay. So let's move on to myth or fact number 4. Working in a call center is mindless work or an easy job. Do you agree?
For me, I disagree with that. It's a mindless job. For me, it's not mindless, because here in the industry, you really have to use your mind.
I'm sorry. It's literal. So it's not mindless. You use your mind.
Yeah, you really have to use your mind in order to communicate well with people. You really have to use your you're like emotional, but then you have to really emphasize them, the customers, because if you will not reach their level of satisfaction as a customer, they will not really give you the exact amount of full service. For me, there is what we call in the hotel industry, that if you tend to give the highest satisfactory rate of the guest, they will really come back to you and stay in your hotel. Yeah, and for that, working in the call center industry, it's not a mindless work for me, and it's not really an easy job. But then, if you really have to understand what is the work behind in the call center, and also if you really understand also the way that the people or the customer needs to be emphasized, and also in that way, I think they can give the better service for that.
So in other words, it's a combination of IQ and EQ.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because if you're not ready to take that hit of irate customers,
It really requires a lot of patience and quick wit in order for you to deal with people. It's a really difficult job dealing with people.
Yes.
Yeah, because we are diverse. We have different culture and background. So it's really a kudos to everyone who gets to deal with people and then deals with them professionally. Yeah.
And I think George has something to add to that, because let's face it, she is a god.
God level. Yes, I would say that working in a call center is mindless work and easy job. It is not. So it's a myth for me, because it's not really easy. Like, if you're gonna compare it to other day jobs that you get here in the city, I think it would really require, it will require IQ and EQ. I would really agree to that.
And I think it hurts the industry kind of, or people who work in the industry, for other people who are not really informed about our type of job, our type of work, because they think that, okay, you just answer phone calls. And then when a person or a relative asks you, oh, where do you work? And then you answer, oh, I work in this call center. And then siya, okay, call center. Not, call center. Yeah, and that type of unenthusiastic answer hurts us a bit. But I would like to point it out that it's really not a mindless job.
It's really not.
It requires multitasking and handling a lot of emotions at the same time. And then the next call might not be the same emotion you handled, the same emotion you used to handle the previous call. So That's why.
Shift from one emotion to another, it is a skill.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and I would like to add up to that as well. I mean, let's just start with the application process. From there, that moment, it's not really easy. You're gonna actually go through a process. You're gonna go through panel interviews, an exam. And those are not just like exams that you can actually take when you were in high school or in other jobs that you will have in mind. So it's really hard just in the application process. That's gonna be like challenging already.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Because I mean, I've been in the industry for like almost 11 years, and I was able to, what do you call this? Witness there are some engineers, fresh graduate engineers who tried to apply in a call center agent but did not actually pass. So yeah.
So even people with bachelor's degree have a
Yeah.
hard time. See. So this is not to discourage anyone who's wanting to start a career here. This is to encourage and to empower people that, hey, this is something to take pride in.
Yeah,
Exactly.
definitely.
And I would say that call center or the BPO industry is really like a good way for you to start training yourself. Like, if you're going to be in a much bigger industry, being in the call center or business process outsourcing industry is really a good help or a good ground for practice. Customer service, everything, technical, everything.
All in one.
Yes.
Okay, so let's move on to fact number 5. So working in a call center is for young people.
Young people. That's a very shady question.
Okay, let's have Larabelle answer that.
I think it's a myth. It's not only for the young people, because if you really have the guts, the passion, the intelligence of working here in the industry, you will really last long. Because like Miss Georgina, she's the goddess, right?
Be careful with that statement.
But she mentioned earlier that she worked here many years now. And for me, it's not really for the young people. And for me as well, that if you stay here for more years, like it's really you will really bless of who you are and what you are become. It's because of the experience that you have here in the SOPHI.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the news. I think I saw a senior citizen who tried a lot of times to apply to a call center, and he finally got in.
Oh yeah, I think I've read and watched about that.
Yeah.
Like he bought a desktop
Yes.
computer because it was his first time that he got hired.
Yes.
Yeah.
In a call center. So I think that debunks it in general. So it means that if you have the guts and you're that determined to get into the industry, then you will get in despite the age.
Yeah, despite the age. But I guess there is just this reputation that is for young people is because of the schedule, and you have to be really flexible with your schedule and going to work during the night shift. Yeah, so I guess that's why it's more preferable, I guess, for young people, because not a lot of adults or the older people who will be up to that challenge, of working in the night shift. But of course, it's for everyone.
But I think if older people, I'm not saying I'm not old, but I think if older people work here, they will get that youthful vibe. Yeah, I'm not kidding. I think our HR manager, Ate Che, says this all the time, that she feels young because she's surrounded by young people.
Yeah. Your environment really is a huge
And
factor.
it's fun, and yeah, that's all I have to say. Georgina, do you want to add to that?
Oh yes. I mean, working in a call center is for young people. I would say that's a myth. Working in a call center industry is for everyone as long as you're capable, you're willing to learn, you are receptive to learnings, skills, you want to learn more skills about your life. So yeah, you can actually apply even if you're like 60 years old or something. Yeah, I had colleagues before who are much older than me. Yeah. And it's not really about the young people are the more capable in this industry, because I've had colleagues who are younger than me and I'll be like, okay, girl. Yeah, so I don't think that really applies to just young people. So yeah, that's a myth.
Young at heart.
Young at heart, yeah.
Okay, now moving on to our myth or fact number 6. Call center care services are poor in quality. What?
Poor in quality. We even have a quality assurance team here.
What exactly about care services? You mean the compensations or?
I think how you
Handle?
handle or interact with your customers probably.
Oh, okay. Wait. Poor.
Yeah.
I think we have top tier services.
Yeah, I think maybe George can answer this one.
Exactly. I mean, it's part of being a call center agent. You will really undergo a training of good customer service. And I would say it's not really a poor quality, but it depends on the person of how they actually empathize, because we're gonna undergo the same training, but it's already up to the person if how he or she's gonna apply it when she's already actually talking to a live person. So it's really like case-to-case basis. There are some techniques, there are some skills that will really work in a person, but there are some that it won't work with that kind of person as well. So I would say that if you're gonna be in a call center agent and then you'll be able to like learn customer service, I would say work on experimenting how you empathize, how you give customer service to specific customers, because there's really different customers each call. Yeah. So I won't say that's a myth for me. It's not poor in quality.
How about for Larabel? Do you think it's a myth?
Yeah, it's also a myth, because here in call center, it's not really the quality is poor, because you really have to exert more effort to communicate well with people, to understand them deeply, and to also give the service that they want. And for this, I agree to Ms. Georgina that before we've been trained. And also, it depends on how we understand the learnings that we had in the training. And also, it's not just in the training, but also when you are actually in the live call, you really have to know what is the understand mean, what does the customer mean to us, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, IQ and EQ really.
Yeah, it's a combination.
Yeah, what will we do with our skills if we don't get to like empathize with people and show them that we really care, and show that here at SOPHI we provide quality service by giving you warm, quality, friendly service.
Warm.
Warm, how warm?
Okay.
They hug.
I don't know.
Okay, moving on.
Moving on to myth or fact number 7. Outsourcing to a call center will leave your data vulnerable. So I think this is a
more on
point of view of the client.
clients. Yeah, I think.
But I think Georgina is in close touch or in touch basis with the client. So what do you think? Is this a fact or a myth?
I would say a myth, depending on the center, because with SOPHI, we are really required not to like engage that much to our clients. There should be like a boundary of work and just being friendly to your clients. But so I won't agree that your data is going to be vulnerable, because in specifically in SOPHI, there's informations that are relayed to us that we are not or we should not actually what do you call this? Disclose any informations about our clients, about the products, or about the entire, account. So yeah, I would say this is a myth.
Yeah, we have certain measures here that will ensure that your data is really safe with us.
Yes, exactly.
Another thing, I think it's safer to outsource to a call center than outsource to a freelancer, because there is an added security.
Yeah, I think so. Even with the system that we're using, the tools that we're using, that's gonna be really a factor, whether your data's gonna be at the risk or not.
Yeah.
But with SOPHI, you're safe, girl. Yeah, outsource with SOPHI, guys.
Okay. So, we're almost there. Myth or fact number 8. Only large businesses can benefit from outsourcing. Not really.
No. As what SOPHI's aim is, what do you call it?
Outsourcing for startups.
Yes, it's really for startups. BPO is not just for big industry. It's gonna be very helpful if you're also gonna start, what do you call this? Just starting with your business, and then you're gonna outsource with call centers like SOPHI. So it's gonna actually save you time, money, especially with. I'm just basing this to SOPHI alone. All of our agents are already equipped with knowledge and skills. We're already trained. So once a client's gonna throw in some work, it's gonna be an easy job for both the client and the agent. Yeah, so it's really a good startup for your business. So it's not just for big businesses.
Yeah.
And I think we have small accounts here in SOPHI that are startup businesses in the US and in the UK.
But I remember my account right now started with SOPHI with just one agent.
Oh my gosh! Whoa! And then you're the biggest account right now.
And when I started with SOPHI, I was not in that account yet. There was just one person working for that account, and he was, I think, just a, what do you call this? Data entry. Imagine we just started with just a data entry agent. And now we have
LOB.
Yeah, we have customer service agents, we have other LOBs, and it's one of the biggest account already.
Yeah. Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Exactly.
And that's on character development.
I think Clarabelle's been quiet.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Clarabelle? Since you're fresh and you're fresh eyes to the call center, do you think it's true that only large businesses can benefit from SOPHI outsourcing?
No, for me it's a myth because we have what we call multiplier effect. For this, it doesn't. It is not just the large businesses can benefit, but also to its subordinates. This subordinates meaning the wholesale and retail industry, and also for example the hotel and restaurant services, the going to the hotel accommodation services, going down to the people behind of it, because there is a diagram for it. So for me, it's not for the large businesses can benefit from outsourcing.
Yeah, definitely. I think startups should really think about outsourcing because they are in that stage wherein they have all these admin work, and then they're also thinking of processes and the things that they need to do to improve their business or to expand. So yeah, if you outsource those nitty-gritty stuff to other people at a certain rate, then you can definitely focus on the more important things in your business. So you can generate more revenue and more certain processes, certain systems, just to get the business rolling. Yeah,
that's true.
So yeah, for all you startups out there,
Contact us.
SOPHI. Okay.
So myth or fact number 9. Oh my gosh, I'm kind of anxious to ask this. Managers don't care about their employees. Is this true? Oh my gosh. I love upper management.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna start with the newbie.
Yeah,
Because
newbie.
it's her 3 months with Sophie. So how are the managers in Sophie?
Go newbie, careful.
So managers or direct supervisors.
Yeah, the leaders. Yeah.
For me, it's a myth. Managers don't care about their employees. They do care for us. Yeah, because here, what I have experienced, we have what we call like a criteria that we have to reach, and for that, like the supervisors will have to mentor us on what we have to do. So they do really care on our productivity here in Sophie to to give us the emphasis that they do really care on our job.
But for Georgina, I think you've encountered several managers already.
Yes. And I would say that in general, it's a myth. But yeah, I've been in 2 to 3 call centers already. And I would say there are managers who are not really that generous with their time or their attention. But yeah, with Sophie, oh my God. Our managers here are very hands-on when it comes to actually, making sure that our agents are doing their best, or performing well. Okay. Yeah. So I would say they don't care. Even with just filing leaves, this is actually a very good example with our COO, Chloe. When I started with Sophie, we used to just talk about everything from boyfriends to office crushes. When she still has that time to talk to agents, that's how caring our managers are before. And even until now, I mean, Chloe doesn't have the time to actually speak with agents already, but Sophie cares. Hashtag Sophie cares.
It's interesting because you're coming from a huge account here in Sophie, right? And you can still feel your leader's presence.
Yeah. True.
Myth or fact number 10. You need to have prior experience to be able to work in a call center. How about Lara? Can you answer that because you're a newbie?
For me, it depends on the company because, when I applied here, it really needs an experience in the travel industry or in the tourism industry, and I am encouraged to apply because I have an experience as a front desk in the hotel, and for that, I really applied. But then, for me. But there are also other call centers that doesn't really have an experience. It depends on the account. But for me, if you have an experience, you have an edge. Because, as a travel reservations agent, you really, if you have this kind of experience, like working as a front desk or receptionist, you know on how to communicate well with people, because as a receptionist you will encounter different cultures, the nationalities of the foreign nationals, and also the way they communicate with you and on how to handle with them. And here, as I work here, I tend to also apply it because here in the customer service, really have to give them the needs and wants that they want to receive on the service.
So you have an edge if you have an experience, but everybody can apply.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah.
Okay, so George, since I think Sophie is your second or third?
Yeah, it's my second center. And I actually, when I started in the BPO industry, I was 19. Ooh, I just graduated. Very young. Yeah, I just graduated from a not really call center-ish type of course because I graduated performing arts in dance. Wow. So I would say this is somehow a myth or a fact depending on the accounts, depending on the center. Because when I started with BPO industry, I don't have any other experience at all. Mm-hmm. my skills really was just communication skills. Yeah. And when I got hired, my teammates, I was the only one who did not have any experience at all. Like most of my teammates were already like working in a call center for like 5 years. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I would say somehow fact, somehow myth, depending on the center or the account.
Yeah, depending on the account, really.
So, what would you advise to applicants who don't have experience but are wanting to start?
Mm-hmm. Well, what I did before when I was still applying in my very first company, since I don't have the experience, I actually made research about the company itself and what are the accounts that they're offering. And from there, I do research of like, because when I started with that company, it was a sales account. So you'll be selling something over the phone. So what I did was I researched qualities or skills that they need for like a sales agent. So in that way you have a knowledge already, but of course you don't want to lie that I already have an experience, but you would say it would be very best to actually like research about the company and the position that you're gonna apply. That would really help if you don't have an experience and you're gonna apply in a call center.
Yeah, exactly. You
that's
have to
really-
come prepared.
that's really
You have
good
to do your
advice.
research. Yeah, if you don't have any experience, at least you get to be familiarized with
The terms
with what you are trying to get
into.
into.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Okay. So,
And I think, would you say that what's Sophie's reputation in Dumaguete when it comes to applying to that center?
The hiring process or yeah, we have a reputation that we have really high standards when it comes to I mean, I have friends who are really afraid to apply here because they'll be like, oh my god, I can't speak English that well, and it's like one major requirement for SOPHI that you really need to be what do you call this? Conversational communication skills and everything, something like that. But I would say it's not really about that, or it's not just about being communicative or being good in English. Because I had like colleagues before that they can't really like speak English very well. Or, I mean, but they were able to learn as long as you're really receptive and you're willing to learn. Because even me, when I started with call center, I don't speak English that very well. It's very, it's a learning process. As long as you're willing to learn.
it's not more about the language itself, but how you deal with the people you are interacting on a daily basis.
Yeah, it all boils down to your personality, your attitude when it comes to work.
Oh yeah.
So character.
Yeah, definitely.
I think
yeah,
Sophie looks
personality.
for a specific character.
Yeah. Can
when
you
they
fit the
hire-
Sophie culture?
Exactly, true. So yeah, it's not really just because that's their perception when it comes to SOPHI. Like you really need to be good in English in order for you to be hired or something. So no, it's not.
It's about character, work ethic.
Exactly, work ethics.
So Lara, how did it feel when you were hired?
Yeah.
And
Sophie.
was the when you heard about Sophie, did you hear about how hard it is to get in?
No, I wasn't able to hear that it was hard. Yeah. Yeah, I just tried to apply here. At first it was hard for me because it's my first time to work in a call center. But then as I've tried to learn and to gain the knowledge that my mentors teach me, and also I applied it on my everyday basis as I work it here, I tend to improve each day.
Yeah, exactly. So it's all about character, work ethic, and I mean skills can be learned as you go. What matters is how you deal with your work, how you deal with people, how you deal with yourself in that specific situation. So that
Exactly.
in Sophie.
Because character is harder to learn than skills. So we've discussed everything.
Yeah. How are you guys feeling?
Yeah, I mean, there's like probably a lot of other myths that needs to be discussed. But yeah, those are like just the major ones that we covered.
So can you add one?
Yeah, I want.
Yeah, I would say there's a myth that people who are working in a call center industry are those who are happy-go-lucky people. It is an easy job. So the job is, or this industry is just for those people who doesn't have goals in life yet. Like they're still trying to find themselves. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because how other people perceives us to be just an easy job or just a no-brainer job, something like that. And it's not. Again, as what we have covered with these topics right now, it's not really easy to be in a call center agent. I mean, to be a call center agent as well.
It's guts and skills.
Exactly.
No, it's
And a
not.
lot
It's
of
not
things.
more on people being happy-go-lucky. I think a lot of our agents or our employees who are here are really looking for a livelihood to provide their
Yeah.
families with money, and to say that mostly happy-go-lucky people are the ones here is, I think, it's not really an insult, but really a low way to describe
They're
it.
actually degrading the job. Oh.
But in fact, the job is paying well, it's hard, and it requires quality skills and IQ, EQ. So,
And I think it's because of it's a Filipino mindset, or what do you call this? Yeah, it's our mindset that we are really like diploma or degree conscious society. Yeah, like in the Philippines, you need to really like graduate in order for you to like
Land this job.
exactly. So yeah, I think that's the reason why they're actually degrading us, because we are probably just few of the industries who accepts people who did not graduate.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. That's why we have this like misconception of working at a call center, because you don't need a diploma to be able to work here, and that is something that is not on brand with the Filipino culture.
we are tend to be more pressured with titles,
Titles,
rather than
really.
service and the quality of the job.
Yeah, that's why they think that it's a no-brainer job. Yeah, because
So
undergrads can apply and everything like that. So yeah, it requires
and
more than diploma skills.
I think people really here in this industry should really take pride, because we contribute a lot to,
To the
our
economy.
to the economy and the GDP, gross domestic product.
And that's on econ.
Yeah, and that's on econ. And the money that comes into this industry or to the country because of call centers or business process outsourcing is really big, and you can't degrade that just because we don't have titles or you think the job is easy. So to people who think that, you've just been schooled.
Schooled so bad.
Okay, so this has been a really nice talk, everyone. We'd like to thank George and Larabel for sparing time in order to talk about these things. And it was nice.
It really was nice, yeah. Like proving people wrong, Jar.
I'm sorry.
I'm
I'm sorry.
I'm kidding.
Don't show your true color.
That was not my true colors.
Yes, that's it, guys. So
Hope you enjoyed our episode for today.
and hope you had warmth and light despite the.
And you learned something today.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you so much for watching.
So if you have anything in mind that you want us to talk about, send marketing an email or
Comment them down below.
yes, and do not forget to
Like
And subscribe.
Yay!
We are available through not all social medias, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Find us. We are SOPHI.
We're working on Spotify.
We will have our own playlist.
This has been
Laurabelle.
And Georgina.
and Diane.
And Mafet.
Bye.
Bye.